It was a great game for our team. I'm really proud of our players. They were focused all week and played together both sides of the ball. North Carolina is an outstanding basketball team, obviously to be 13-1 and ranked 12th in the nation. They've won some big games. And their front line was the best front line we played against all season, and then their guards are terrific. So really proud of our guys. They battled and showed some maturity and some growth when Carolina went on some runs, and we were able to withstand that and then score the ball. Any questions?
What was your approach to Caleb Wilson? It seemed like you made it really hard for him to get the ball.
Tried to make it hard for him to catch it, push him out, and then when he was in the scoring area in the low post or the mid post, we tried to double team him. So we doubled with our 5-man, and then tried to make other people make shots against us.
Where would you rank Boopie Miller's performance today, especially considering you only got 13 minutes out of him in the first half because of fouls?
He was terrific to have 27 and 12 assists with only 2 turnovers. He handled the ball most of the game. This is one of the best performances I've seen for a guard like this, to not only score that many points but have 12 assists in one game on this stage.
Andy, it seemed like Corey's burst to start the second half really gave you guys kind of that oomph that you needed to kind of, if you're going to win this game, you need a quick start out of the second half. Did you see it that way, or what did that run from him mean to you?
Yeah, Corey, we didn't know he played the second half. We thought we came out of the locker room thinking Jaden Toombs was going to start at forward for us because Corey had hurt his knee in the first half, and fortunately he was able to participate and play great. He came out and made those threes and a couple defensive stops. So we need him in the game. He's really improved his shooting, his perimeter shooting. He was shooting 84% from the foul line before today, but when he can make threes, he's so valuable to us because he can spread the floor, and our guards are so good at finding him.
What exactly happened to him? Because I remember the play, and they were kind of working on it. What exactly did they find out?
He tweaked his knee and hit knees with somebody. And so he's probably going to be very sore tomorrow, but for now he feels pretty good.
Okay.
Coach, you've had a lot of big wins, but for what you're building here at SMU, how big is this one for you guys?
Well, it's our biggest win since we've been here for a year and a half. Last year we had a couple chances. Boopie was hurt last year, if you remember. We were 19-5, and we had a couple big games coming in here to Moody, and he without him we didn't win. And this is a big game for us. This is a big game in the standings. It's a big game on a national stage. We have some goals we want to accomplish, and we want to compete. Our players believe we can compete for an ACC championship. This is game 1, so we're not taking anything for granted. I'm obviously not saying we're the best team in the ACC, but they want to go compete. And I think you saw that today. They competed, whether you win or lose, and that's what we're trying to build here at SMU. A program. You saw our football team last night win their first bowl game in a decade, and what they've done, and the other sports here. So we're just trying to do our part, and our players are bought in, and they're competing.
Coach, how much do you think the team fed off the energy in the stadium today? We've had those big games on the road or neutral site, but you had one at home today.
Yeah, when Moody's like this is as good a home court advantage anywhere in the country. The fans are terrific, and without the students, since everybody's gone for the holiday break, we didn't have the normal student support, but we filled in those seats with some loyal fans from Dallas, and that was great.
The way you guys value the ball today, 7 turnovers, 3 to 1 assist to turnovers, that really kind of speaks to what your guards are capable of doing. Or did this kind of take it to another level?
Well, we knew our guards had to play well today. To beat North Carolina, our best players, meaning our leading scorers, are our guards, our 3 guards, and then Corey is the 4th guard, even though he plays forward for us. But our guards had to play well. You can't beat a team like this, as talented as Carolina is, without your guards playing well, and they all played great. B.J. Edwards, Jerron, Boopie, then Jermaine O'Neal came off the bench. B.J. Davis-Ray hit a big 3 in the first half, and then Jermaine was terrific defensively. We went to him early in the second half, the 17-minute mark, and he was great. That's when we went on that run to take the lead, and so we, to see the way they filled the stat sheet up was pretty impressive.
You went into the locker room at halftime tied at 39, and then your team's shooting improved by 30 points in the second half. What changed?
Well, I think that the creation off the dribble, the way they were guarding the ball screens, they were doing a lot of switching. We were trying to go inside, outside because they would switch some of their smaller guys. They stopped switching at times, and they kept mixing up how they were guarding the ball screen. And then Boopie was so dynamic, you get in the lane, and B.J. Edwards made a couple great plays as well. So against Carolina, you have to see how they're playing you and then adjust. But then you have to have offensive players talented enough and unselfish enough to make the right pass at the right time. And then when you do make the right pass at the right time, someone's got to make a shot. And in the second half, it seemed like it was contagious. A couple guys made shots, and we just kept rolling. So really, that second half of 58 points in the second half against Carolina was the #1 defensive field goal percent team in the country coming into today. So to do that against an elite defensive team just shows you how well our guards played today.
Coach, you had 5 players in double figures this year. It's almost a year. You hosted Duke last year. How well did you prepare these guys for this matchup today?
We had great practices all week. Since we've been back from Christmas, we were very disappointed in how we finished defensively right before Christmas. A couple of games, we lost to LSU down in New Orleans. We didn't play great the last game right before Christmas. We came back with some renewed focus, our coaching staff and our players, about how we're going to handle practice in the competitive spirit. We had 2 great days of practice, and then we were really did a nice job against Cal State Fullerton, obviously North Carolina coming in here. So this week, it's our player. The players have bought in, and that being said, we have a big week ahead of us. But for now, how they've handled themselves since the Christmas break's been over has been terrific and very focused, and how hard they practiced, let alone played today. Thank you.
Cement rarely matches up against a guy every bit as big and strong as he is, and his stats don't jump off the page. But what did you think of the way he handled the matchup and everything he did as far as defense and rebounding and assists and all that?
You saw they double teamed him when he caught the ball. He made that great pass to Toombs for the layup. We went on that run. He had 3 assists today. Really guarded Vesser as well as he could. Vesser made that 3 over him. I don't know how that thing went in. It went up about 50 feet in the air. But Vesser was averaging 18 and 9, and Wilson was at 20 and 12, and both those guys were below their averages, which was important for us to try to make them work for everything they got, and Smet was a big part of that.
Going back to what Corey did, when he's got the assignment of guarding one of their better players, if not their best player, to do what he did defensively, to do what he did offensively, what does it say about him as a player to put that kind of complete game?
Corey's really improved. He's one of the most improved players we've had here in our short time, because we're expecting him to be a forward, a guard, shoot the 3 at a higher volume, similar to what Matt Cross did last year. You come in here, we have a lot of transfers, and not too many. We took 3 transfers this year, but Corey was a transfer. And sometimes when you play at 1 or 2 or 3 places before you get here, you're used to playing a certain way. And so he's done a great job of learning our system, learning how to play, get out of his comfort zone at times, and doing what he does very well. And we're trying to use him in that way, and his teammates do a good job of finding him when he's open.
It was amazing. I feel like we had that game against Duke last year. I feel like me and BJ, felt that pain from last year and just remembered that and came out, and everybody came out and played hard, and I feel like that's why we got the win.
Where does this rank among the most significant wins you guys have had since you've been at SMU?
I'd say this one of the best wins we had overall, to be honest. Like, since the time Boobie got here and the time I was here with Coach Lanier, so it's the best one.
DJ, you guys obviously have had your highs and lows defensively, but it seemed like you really made North Carolina work for a lot of shots. Took them deep into the shot clock. And even though they shot 50%, it was almost like they had to grind to get everything they got. What was the focus of defensively going against them, especially with a guy like Wilson?
I would say just me picking up their point guard, their main ball handler, full court, took some time off the clock, and Coach Cap just helped us with a great scout this past week, being in the gaps with Caleb Wilson, knowing he's a great player, just playing team defense, I would say.
Corey, was there a change in the second half defending Wilson? Because you held him to, he had 13 points, but he only took 3 shots after halftime. What did you guys do in the second half to limit his opportunities?
Honestly, it wasn't just a single effort. It was just team defense. We've been stressing that this whole week, and we had some great week of preparation, and we just executed that.
To go off of that a little bit, speaking of changes in the second half, you went 5 for 5 from the field and 4 for 4 from deep. Coach Enfield said he didn't really know if you were going to be able to play in the second half. Was there ever any doubt that you were going to get back out there?
Yeah, it was in my set this whole time. I wasn't going to let myself sit out. I just felt like I would just be doing the team bad at that point.
We obviously missed some of those key games down the stretch last year. Do you have this one circled earlier this year, knowing kind of who you were playing, what this was going to be?
Every game circled. I feel like I let my team down last year. I feel like I just got in the gym, worked on my body and a team. We worked hard this summer, and I feel like we worked hard this week and every other week in practice. So I'm definitely happy we got this win.
Coach Davis was very complimentary of the way you kind of dictated everything, facilitated, got your own. Just walk me through kind of the way you controlled that second half especially.
I just feel like Coach Enfield called the right plays and, put me in the right position and my teammates in the right position, just to, make shots and for me to get downhill and make those type of plays for the team so we can get that win.
What kind of message do you guys think that you sent the conference today, just getting a win like this in your first ACC game?
I feel like just being that we're one of those teams that we're going to come out and play hard each and every night. We want to make it to, the tournament, ACC tournament, just being those type of teams. But I feel like if we just stay humble and, keep our heads down and, just keep working hard and practice each and every day, it's going to pay off in the long run.
I was going to say with you guys, the way you 3-to-1 turnover or assist to turnover ratio today, 23 assists, 7 turnovers. That kind of speak to what this guard tandem. I mean, obviously Corey, you're kind of a slash, but with you guys, what you guys are capable of doing on the floor every night, that can be open to any one of you guys to answer.
I'll say we just basically based off practice, it helps us out a lot because we don't want to turn the ball over as much as we can. We'd rather shoot the ball, just get a contested shot. And me guarding Boopy every day in practice and him guarding me just helps in the game wise as well. So it's not taking bad passes or just doing anything to get them easy opportunities.
Boopy, the biggest crowd reaction came when you set up Caleb, you dropped him with a crossover, you hit the shot. Any reflection or thoughts on that? And I'm curious what your teammates thought watching that.
I don't know, I guess.
Just trusting my work. I feel like I made a good move baseline, just snatched back and just believing in my jump shot each and every night. So I feel like that's why I went in.
That was crazy.
Corey, your burst to start the second half of 7 straight, I think 8 of the first 10. What did that mean for you? I mean, obviously you were dealing with the ding, but coming off of that and then just giving this team the quick start that it needed to start the second half.
Honestly, it was just my mindset was going into it. Just focus on what's more important. The injury was decent, but I just wanted to get the win, and I knew that in order for that to happen, we had to come out the second half strong. So